Hi everyone, it's Stephen Horne again. Here in my second of my videos to introduce my philosophy and to put out my message of wanting to help people who want to make a career in the alternative health movement. I want to train lots and lots of people how to go out there and help people stop treating disease and start building health. Today we're going to talk about the root causes of disease and why treating diseases is not the answer ultimately to our health. I became acquainted with this idea when I was working with a master herbalist named Edward Milo Millett in the early 1980s. I was helping him put together his herbal training program. He introduced me to the writings of the pioneer herbalist Samuel Thompson, who created a revolutionary health movement in America in the early 1800s. One of the things I read from Samuel Thompson was, "Let names of all disorders be, like to the limbs, joined to the tree. Work on the root and that subdue, and all the limbs will bow to you." And I saw this picture of what I now call the disease tree. And later I created a graphic with help of a friend. I've used the same graphic, which isn't, as you can see, extremely fancy, but it gets the point across to illustrate the idea that the various manifestations of disease in the body all arise from the same basic root causes. The disease tree shows that there are four main root causes of disease. One of the big ones is nutritional deficiencies. Many people in our society are eating diets mostly composed of refined and processed foods that are high in caloric intake and low in nutrient density. This is a major cause of almost every chronic and degenerative illness that people face. And the simple solution of eating whole natural foods instead of refined and processed foods would overcome probably at least half of most people's health problems within 30 to 60 days. The second major root cause is toxins. Now this is two kinds of things. One is poor elimination, meaning the eliminated organs of the body are not functioning properly, so we have auto-intoxication because the body isn't breaking down or eliminating things it doesn't need anymore. And we also have environmental toxins, things that are introduced into the body from the outside, like heavy metals, pesticides, food additives, and so forth, which the body must also detoxify and get rid of, overwhelming its detoxification systems. So the second thing most people could do that would immediately begin to improve their health is make sure that their elimination is working properly by drinking plenty of water, making sure they're getting fiber and the things they need to keep their intestinal tract moving properly, and also just avoiding chemicals as much as possible in their home and in their life. The third root cause of disease is very, very important. It's unresolved mental and emotional stress. Basically, it's unresolved trauma. Traumatic instances that we have from childhood or early in life that we never resolved or got over, that are still influencing us negatively today. I won't take the time here to explain why this is a root cause of disease, but we know from something called psychoneuroimmunology that the brain and the thoughts that we think influence the function of our nervous system, which influences not only our immunity, but every other function of our body. Therefore, when we are filled with negative thoughts, fears, all kinds of emotional disturbances, it adversely affects the function of our body and is a major contributing cause to chronic illness. It's also a major reason why people know that they should do better things to take care of their health and don't. And these things often need to be resolved in order to be able to motivate people to take better care of themselves. There's a fourth, smaller root cause of disease on here, which is physical injury. Obviously, you get hit by a car, that's going to make you sick pretty fast. That's where modern medicine excels, and I would say that natural medicine is not always the best option in those kinds of situations. However, I also include in physical trauma not getting enough exercise, not getting enough sleep, not taking basic physical care of the body, not making a safe environment so that you are prone to accidents, injuries, and so forth, which is also another major cause of health problems. Now, Last video I talked about focus and focusing on the positive. The disease tree focuses on the negative. It focuses on why we get sick. These root causes, which take root into our constitution, which is our genetic inheritance, and activate or trigger weaknesses in our genetic makeup, then give rise to imbalances in something called the biological terrain, which upsets the function of body systems and ultimately gives rise to the manifestations of disease. In a more positive illustration of this concept, we have what we might call the 3 pillars of health. They again rest on the foundation of our constitution, which is our genetic inheritance. We can build on the foundation that we've been given by 1, making sure that we have a good diet and good digestive function so we can break down and extract the nutrients from the food we eat. Second is detoxification. And the biggest detoxification here is making sure that we eliminate from our lives all of the things that are irritating and causing our body harm. The third one is the mental and emotional aspect of health, which is to have a positive mental attitude, to learn to deal constructively with all of our emotions so that we have a positive state of mind and a state of emotional well-being most of the time. Nobody is positive all of the time or emotionally balanced all of the time, but we want to try to get there as much as possible. This supports our biological terrain, which is the internal function of our body, and the health of our body systems, which keeps us healthy. So again, it doesn't matter, as Thompson said later on, it is immaterial what is the name or the color of the disease, whether it is yellow, bilious, scarlet, or spotted, simple or complicated, whether nature has one enemy or more. Names, meaning the names of diseases, are arbitrary things. Anybody can come up with a name for a set of symptoms. But in the knowledge of the origin of a malady, in other words, what caused it, and its antidote, how to fix the cause, in this lies the weightier matters of this science. This knowledge, said Samuel Thompson, makes the genuine physician, and all without it is real quackery. To put it more simply, Samuel Thompson simply said, remove the cause, and the effect will cease. Disease is the effect, it is not the cause. The cause is looking deeper at these root things that are taking place in our lives, that are upsetting our body and then giving rise to the effect of disease. Treating disease is treating an effect. Building health is fixing the cause. This leads to the final concept that I have that builds on this, which is the idea of the ABCs of health. Activate, build, and cleanse. Activate means to activate the life force we talked about in the first video, which is really to clear what's obstructing the ability of the life force to do what it needs to do, which can be negative attitudes, unresolved emotional conflicts and trauma. By clearing these things out so the life force can flow freely through our body and do what it needs to do, we have activated the healing mechanism from within. Building, we give the body the nutrients and materials and phytochemicals it needs from whole foods, herbs, nutritional supplements, etc., to effect the repairs. C, we detoxify and remove from the body things that are harmful. This is something that we do no matter what the name or color of the disease, whatever the doctor calls. We have to do this. This is what real healthcare is all about. In my next video, I'll talk about why treating symptoms will never build good health. Meanwhile, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please hit the like button. That helps us get more viewers. Also, please share it with other people so I can get this message out. If you'd like to learn more, go to my website, stephenhorne.com. You can subscribe to one of my newsletters, or you can become a member of our program where we get special content. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks again for watching.